Level 90 of Duplicity and Duplication. Delion is ready to embark on his latest investigation. Ah, you're just in time to assist with my latest fact-finding expedition. Our recent foray into Charlian revealed that Poo-Poo's friend was in the company of a Hannish alchemist, yes? As such, I was inspired to do some preliminary legwork here in Thavnair. I contacted my usual sources for local sightings of alien phenomena, but alas, they had none to share. I've thus switched tactics and decided to track down this alchemist fellow instead. Surely someone will have heard of the tale of an apothecary bold enough to set up shop on a Garlean battlefield. The inspector and the others have been pursuing a similar line of inquiry, yet have found no leads here in the city or at the Great Work. I believe they've moved their investigation to Yedlamod, so I suggest we hurry over there and join them. I cannot have that little blue man muddying the waters when we're so close to grasping his master plan. I see the two of you are eager as ever to observe my spectorial genius at work. Ah, the long-term fans are often the most ardent. As a matter of fact, we were just about to continue our investigation into the alchemist we know to have been traveling with Master Poo-Poo's comrade. I mean, that is to say, I am merely following in the inspector's wake. You needn't be so modest, my dear Inspector Brandahild. It is wrong of me to comport myself as an equal to you in all and any respect, for I am but a copy, and a flawed one at that. Stuff and nonsense, clone or not, self-deprecation is unbecoming in a Manderville man. Exactly, the things you can do are amazing. Oh, I don't know about that. It was you who saved Zilly from certain doom, was it not? While I'm not quite as alacritous as mine, your rapid reasoning is nevertheless quite effective. It's kind of you to accept me, rough edges and all. I only hope my meager contributions are of some small assistance. Too modest by half, I'd say his mental faculties far surpass those of the original. That's enough chin-wagging amongst ourselves, I think. Let us spread out and learn what the locals know of this adventurous apothecary. Wait, we'll go this way first. Yes, I know of the one whom you speak. A fellow fisherman told me of a friend of his, an apothecary, who set off for war-torn Garlemald to sell his medicines. Reckless fool, if you ask me. I have no interest in the affairs of such men, but you do, I take it? If so, I suggest you head to Usakayak and hear the tale for yourself. Look for a red-haired lad there gathering shellfish. Do I know any apothecaries in Radhatan? Of course, more than I can count. I've not heard tell of anyone peddling such goods in the heart of the Empire, though. Seems like a terrible idea to me, what with the civil war raging and the world almost ending. Situation's improved in recent days, but even so, the Radiant Host still has to provide security for cargo shipments. A lone merchant trading there alone, impossible. Inside? There is no inside, okay. Behind the building, as always. I know of many merchants who travel abroad to ply their wares, but none who have business in Garlemald. You'd have to be mad or desperate indeed to consider setting up shop in that troubled land. I mean, word is we've signed some kind of trade agreement with the Garleans, but it's still not that kind of place where one simply wanders in and opens a street stall. I hope your questioning has borne fresher fruit than mine. Oh ho, a good friend of the alchemist in question, you say? Then let us gather the troops and pay a visit to this felicitous fisherman. The story of my apothecary friend. Oh, you must mean Baharasif. Well, I was near enough to calling it a day anyway, so here's what I can tell you. Baharasif comes from a very poor family and, growing up, never had much in the way of money or possessions. I suppose those experiences are what led to his lifelong obsession with gaining wealth. Trying his hand at a succession of trades, he decided alchemy would earn him the most gil, but his stock never sold as well as he had hoped. When he heard about the internal strife in Garlemald, he saw it as a golden opportunity. Surely the middle of a war was the best place to sell medicines. More like the best place for a near-death experience. Soon gave up on his Garlemald venture, but while one would have expected him to return lamenting his ill fortune, Baharasef was practically euphoric when I saw him again. A God's given blessing he'd found in the snowfields had given him much cause to celebrate. Said he'd learned how to create gold. I must admit I laughed at first. But then he showed me a gleaming mountain of the stuff, enough to proclaim himself a merchant prince. He even changed his name to Von Udi, a word which brings to mind the bounty of the divine. Name I have heard. He is the rising star in the markets, is he not? The one snapping up commercial ventures left and right? Yes, Von Udi has certainly made his ambitions known here in Thavnair, especially when he attempted to purchase the entire port of Yedlamad. Dockmasters decline to sell, of course, but when it comes to buying historic landmarks, a bottomless purse can open surprising doors. Last I had heard, he converted the Gilded Araya into a private abode and has been filling it with every rare treasure his gold can secure. He pays out particularly large sums for artworks depicting the goddess Asura. I remember him being a fervent worshipper of hers, even as a child. I've encountered much Minutia and Murga lore and Razatan, yet I recall no mention of this Asura. That's hardly surprising. As a deity of war, she is not well loved by the common folk. Baharasif is different, though. He sees life as a constant battle to amass wealth, and it is to Asura whom he prays for victory. Damn me if she didn't listen. That once poor boy became merchant royalty, a man far too rich and important now to afford more than a fleeting moment for a simple fisherman, even those who were once dear friends. Him, if you'll excuse me, I really must leave it at that. These clams won't sell themselves, you know. How about that, eh? Our sought-after apothecary and the upstart merchant prince were one and the same. We assume this blessing he stumbled upon in Garlemald was a certain alien craft and its occupant. Sorry to intrude, but aren't you the hero who helped us when the folk were turning into beast? Some nasty-looking creature just showed up outside town. One of our guards went to confront it, but I don't like her odds against that thing. Sounds like a case for Inspector Hildibrand. Come, friends, let us investigate forthwith. I thought you destroyed that monster. I have the situation under control. Citizens, this individual bears a strong resemblance to a known fugitive, so I thought it prudent to investigate. Regrettably, he has proven less than forthcoming with answers. Many times must me teach you the same lesson, shiny skull man? Lesson, what are you on about? Cease this babbling and get out of my way. Lord Von Udi's orders are to cause trouble at the port, and I'm running behind schedule. Von Udi, the merchant who tried to buy Yedlamad, so he put you up to this. Curses, how did you manage to deduce our dastardly plan? You blurted it out. Silence, no one who learns of our scheme can be suffered to live. Prepare to be squashed, meddlesome worms. Godbert. whole army of them, huh? 3 more sinister skullmen. Was the doctor quadruplet? Oh, Mom's here. Mother? Vexatious vermin, this will soften you up. Ah, lucky hit. Oh, I missed. One last pitch. Unlimited heavy hitter special. But that was my fastball. I've come to expect father's sudden appearances, but what brings you here, Mother? Proposition from that merchant Venuti, as a matter of fact. I'm accompanying your dad as a manager for Manderville and Manderville, and we were just on our way to the bloke's mansion. I've already refused Master Venuti once before when he tried to buy out our commercial empire. This time, however, the deal concerns offloading a quantity of gold at wholesale prices. It is quite an attractive offer considering fine jewelry is our stock in trade, and we thought to at least listen to his proposal. But if he would purposefully command his lackeys to disturb the peace of a public port. We can't do business with a thug like that, absolutely not. Where did all those lackeys come from in the first place? Is there a hulking weaponized brute manufactory around here somewhere? As I suspected, my ship's vaporization beam is configured to expunge only replicated matter. You can copy inorganic materials as well. How interesting. Once the matter duplication facility has analyzed an object's molecular structure, it can generate any number of copies. Yet it cannot create matter from nothing. A requisite supply of ether must be on hand to facilitate the process. Core, you sure do know a lot about a lot, Inspector Brandehild, even alien starships. It is no great achievement. As I've mentioned, the gaps in my knowledge were patched with data from the starship's own archives, which included the vessel's full schematics and functions. Assuming I understand this correctly, is it possible Venuti is using the repaired alien craft to replicate piles and piles of gold? We share the same suspicion, Master Delian. To my knowledge, no other method exists that can reliably produce precious metals. Of course, 'tis the obvious conclusion. That being the case, one might further assume that Venuti is either threatening or deceiving Master Pupu's comrade in order to gain access to the vessel's superior technology. Our course of action is clear. We march right up to this gold spawner's front door and demand the release of his extraterrestrial hostages. You must confront this malicious merchant at once. If your heart's set on confrontation, then you may as well come with us. Venuti's invitation included a private airship flight to his new estate. We still need to formally reject his deal anyways, and his pilot will be waiting. Level 90 of duplicity and duplication complete. Level 90, gentlemen at heart. Godbert is ready to lead you to Venuti's waiting pilot. Shall we be on our way? We're to meet Venuti's pilot atop the rise just south of Kajaya's footsteps. Where is it? It's not too far. Lord Godbert, Lady Julian. And entourage? Pray excuse our presumptuousness. My son and his companions insisted they come along, desperate as they were to meet with the illustrious Master Venuti. I see. One moment, if you please. Lord Venuti should be glad to welcome you all to his home. Pray step aboard and I shall take you there directly. Welcome, honored guest, to my humble abode. I trust the view is to your liking. Since you traveled all the way from Disanul Da, a pleasant backdrop to our talks was the least I could provide. But what an unexpected boon this is. I had been debating when to extend you a personal invitation, but now here you are, like a wish come true. Save your act for the magistrates, Venuti. We know the secret of your ill-gotten gold. You will cease this exploitation of alien technology and release your hostage into the care of Master Pupu at once. Unraveled all my schemes, have you? Good. I needn't waste my breath on tedious explanations then. This is Master Pupu, I presume? I do have his fellow alien here with me, yes. As for exploiting their technology, I freely admit to duplicating a quite frankly obscene amount of gold, but that was merely the beginning. Imagine making copy after copy of the deadliest weapons in existence. Would not the world itself be yours for the taking? Let's get straight to the point. I want you at my side. With the vaunted warrior of light as the template for my clone army, we could conquer this and every other land in creation. I refuse categorically and emphatically. That's not a bad idea, actually. Can't go on adventures if I'm just doing war crimes. Pity, yet I anticipated you would prove an impediment to my ascension. Yes, it seems the time has come to test Luge's ritual of manifestation. All was prepared long in advance of your coming. This tower holds not only mundane treasures, but also caches of crystals. As for the requisite congregation of worshippers, well, I had but to clone myself. After all, who is more devoted to my cause and my goddess than me? Divine Asura, take up thy blades and wage war upon mine earthly rival. Nay, Hildibrand, against the primal we may be more hindrance than help. We dare not remain within its sphere of influence. Best of luck, my friend. I must make a gentlemanly withdrawal. The Gilded Aria. Now accessible. Duty Finder has been updated with new regular duty. Araya. Level 90, the Gilded Araya. Hanuti has welcomed you to the Gilded Araya, the historic vault within which he houses his many and wondrous treasures. But it is not wonder that fills your heart when you spy the ominous devices lining the side of the structure, devices you remember seeing inside the Tower of Babel. Your sense of dread is justified when the summoning begins. Drawing upon the devotion of the imprisoned faithful, the corrupted incarnation of the Manusia is brought into being. She is Asura, deity of battle and conflict. Whether you wish it or not, your mettle will be tested. I love 625. I don't know how long this is going to take. Oh, that was quick. Probably won't have to cut it out. Ilsabar, the Gilded Araya. Falls Manusia, Asura.
I am Asura, and on battle I thrive. Have you the courage and strength to face me? Will you dodge, or will you bleed? The frail shall fall. You've not time to blink. for the might of the minutiae. Come forth, embodiment of carnage. Revel on the bloody field of war. The spirit of battle awakens. Sharp is the lesson. The weak shall perish.
Okay.
Hear the gleaming edge.
Yep, didn't get out of that one.
Unmerciful light shine upon you.
Didn't get out of that one either. The healer tried to rescue me, it didn't help.
Behold the sixfold blade.
Okay.
Fury be my strength. I will scatter your bones. Show me your steel. Spirit of battle awakens. Sharp is the lesson. Show me your steel.
How am I supposed to know where that's...
Unmerciful light shine upon you.
Oop. Oh, I zoomed right into the thing. That did not go well. So I was trying to clear it. I didn't get it off quick enough. And I went right into the damn thing. I'm just disappointed it's not Greg.
Behold the sixfold blade.
Oh, duh.
The face of battle is ever changing. Joyful is your downfall.
Do we pick the same or opposite?
I will
I got the wrong one, I guess. Wait, I couldn't be sure if it was going to be the same or opposite. What you do when you play it blind, don't know all the mechanics.
Will you dodge or will you bleed?
Alright. Oh, we got through it. Good show. 'Twould seem you thoroughly trounced that pesky primal. Even as we speak, Mother and Father should be informing the radiant host of that despicable Venuti's wrongdoings. Divine Asura defeated? Turn the wheel, we flee for now. Who is flying the starship without my permission? That treasure is mine and mine alone. You called your vessel, Master Poo-Poo? No, I did not. It's my friend's ship. At last, the moment of sweet reunion is at hand. I am so relieved to see you safe. Likewise, my friend. But why did you open fire on the airship? Didn't that man help you after your crash? He did, at first. He pulled me from the wreckage and saw to it that my vessel was repaired. So in return, I replicated whatever trinket he desired and taught him the basics of starship technology, but that resolved to be a terrible error in my judgment. I was infected by one of the star's unique pathogens. He took advantage of my weakened state. He seized my ship, flew me out of the jungle, and there left me to die. Slowly, agonizingly, I was able to synthesize a cure for my affliction, and then I came back to reclaim my property. This experience has led me to conclude that the dominant sentient life forms here are dull-witted, cruel, and entirely unsuited to peaceful cohabitation. We must launch a full-scale invasion. It is the only way to guarantee our survival. No, they are not all like that. These ones have been nothing but kind to me. Oh yes, they're all smiles until they laser you in the back. We have to strike first before they show their true colors. Out of control. Ship's reactor core has been breached. If it explodes, everyone in the vicinity will be atomized, and we're all in the vicinity. Come on, Branda Hill. Think, damn it, think. If I'm to stop the explosion, I need to traverse the considerable distance to the starship, but I can conceive of no logical solution. So stupid. Inspector Brandahild, you must employ my father's mighty moves to propel me to the vessel. I too have calculated that Lord Godford's signature techniques are our only means of achieving sufficient propulsion, yet there is flaw in your proposal. I lack the strength to properly perform the throw, and I have no time to teach you the starship's controls. Inspector Hildibrand, it is you who must fling me. Airplane spin. Skyward, as only a Manderville can. I lost my grip. Given my trajectory and velocity, the correct shift in posture should generate enough lift and processional motion to... Yes, I can still make it. Boomerang. You can do it. It's too late. The reactor is going critical. There's only one way to save the day. Blasting off with it, huh? Inspector Brandahild. A brief time together was more than any defective clone could ask for. Be well, my friends. Damn. Is this case closed for Inspector Brandahild? Nay, my loyal assistant, as a chip off the old gentleman, our dear Brandahild has surely survived to tell the tale. We shall see him again, mark my words. You rescued me, even though I tried to incinerate you with high-intensity plasma blast? Even at the cost of one of your own. If only I could make amends and earn your forgiveness, but alas. There's naught to forgive. With his blocky constitution, Inspector Brandahild will be just fine, I assure you. As a friend of Master Poo-Poo, you are a friend of ours, and what are a few minor plasma burns among friends, eh? Our home planet, it was lost to the phenomenon you call the final days. We survived only because we were away exploring the cosmos at the time. Our explorations, which had heretofore served no purpose but curiosity, shifted to a search for safe haven. We visited countless stars, but all had succumbed to the same insidious ruin as our own. Growing desperate, we decided to settle on any suitable refuge we could find, whether it was populated or not. If the native beings were hospitable, we would live peacefully alongside them. If not, then we were prepared to claim a new home by force. So it was that I arrived at your miraculous planet. Lulled by the apparent absence of metaphysical chaos, I blundered into a mundane war zone where I was promptly shot out of the sky. The rest you already know. Having fallen behind during our search, I hurried here when my communications received no answer. That was when I met you, Inspector Hildibrand. Those touched by the despair of the final days are reduced to beasts. Given our savage willingness to invade your star, it would seem that, in a sense, we fell prey to that despair after all. Fortunately, my encounter with you generous people brought me to my senses, an outcome for which I am profoundly grateful. That said, there is nowhere else for us to go. Would it be too much to ask us to live here on your star? Well, of course you must stay. I suspect you'll be wishing to repair your damaged vessel. Mummy! Oh, Inspector, not again. Wait for me. Oh, never a dull moment around our Hildibrand. At least we needn't worry if the ship crashes, not with an impervious Mandervillian on board. Funny you should mention that. Upon reviewing the Manderville family tree, 'twas made clear that a lord without heirs of his own passed the name to an adopted child several generations ago. Are you saying that you and your son are not direct descendants of Godbrand, the alien progenitor of the Manderville line? Then how do you explain your unnatural sturdiness? When it comes to building strength and perfecting gentlemanly technique, it is not one's lineage which matters, but rather the unbending conviction within one's heart. Though Godbrand's bloodline be broken, House Manderville shall live on through us. If the begoggled boy can't swallow that explanation, I've also heard talk of some unseen power driven by feelings and emotions. Could be that you and your Hildy tapped into that cosmic essence. Oh, if that's the case, then you must be positively swimming in it, my dear. Every thing appears to be under control here, so let us return to the city, shall we? Once more do I find myself hurtling at a superlative speed towards an unknown destination. Another day, another thrilling case for Hildibrand, Agent of Inquiry, Inspector Extraordinaire. Thanks to an enlightening conversation with Master Poopo on the way back, I believe I have the answers required to proceed with our weaponsmithing project. I trust the endeavor yet holds your interest. Pray inform Master Gerald of your willingness to assist, and my hammer and I shall make all haste of the High Crucible. With that, I bid you good day. Thank you all for looking out for our beloved son. I'm sure him and the blocky lad will be back for more cases before you know it. You've gone above and beyond for us, so I'd like you to have the one replicated starship we made. It doesn't have the duplication facility or other such technology on board, but it will carry you through the skies. Use this key to call it whenever you wish. As for the two of us, we've decided to get to know our new home better by embarking on a journey of exploration. And so this is where we must say our farewells. Thank you for everything. We are fortunate indeed to have met you. Seems Poo-Poo wasn't planning an invasion after all. He even tried to stop his friend from launching an attack. I'm calling an end to this investigation. Your unfailing support during this entire ordeal has been most appreciated. Thanks to you, I was able to observe the inner workings of Charlian and even traveled to the surface of the moon in search of the truth. And when my own conspiracies threatened to blind me, you were there to open my eyes to the true shape of things. But this world yet harbors its share of strange and the inexplicable, not the least of which is the source of Hildibrand's impossible physiology. If not an alien, then, mayhap he's the product of a hyper-advanced civilization from the distant past, a descendant of some gruesome biological experiment. Someone needs to plumb the depths of these unexplained phenomena, and I am the very man for the job. Level 90, Gentleman at Heart, complete. Hildibrand. Alien blood never flowed in their veins. Their source of strength and enigma remains. A dynamic folk, their clothing bespoke, a gentlemanly family, the good house Manderville. True inspector is born from the heart. La 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 da dee da. La 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 da dee da da. I'm not gonna keep doing that. Hildibrand will return. Awesome. Training. Montage. I could be Branda Hild. Yep. Achievement unlocked. Identified flying gentleman.